Hello and welcome back to Old Truthford, the home of honestly biased sports content. Going to be doing a quick one tonight, lads. This is a bit of a late night stream, so yeah, let's run through it. Rasmus Hojlund. So Rasmus Hojlund and AC Milan deal has collapsed because the deal did not include an obligation to buy. Milan then moved for Boniface. So yeah, good luck to AC Milan with that one. But it has been made apparent by Rasmus Hojlund that he would want a obligation to buy to be included in his move away from Manchester United. IndyCaler has reported also Napoli entering advanced negotiations with Man United for Rasmus Hojlund, with the Italian champions wanting an initial loan with a buy option. The Manchester United Transfer Committee set to meet today to discuss the offer. Now, obviously, Manchester United did want to sell Rasmus Hojlund, and Rasmus Hojlund was a bit reluctant to go, but what we do know is that Rasmus Hojlund wants whatever club he's loaned out to also include an obligation to buy, so he knows that his future is committed with that club. For example, Fabrizio Romano did report Manchester United informed Napoli that they're open to both loan with option or obligation to buy for Rasmus Hojlund. Preference for obligation, but up to Napoli, while Rasmus insists on obligation as he wants to feel full confidence for long term in his future club. So yeah, looks like Rasmus will be leaving for Napoli this summer. Let's just wait and see whether this is going to include a obligation to buy or if it is simply a loan with a buy option. We know United do want an obligation to buy, and so does Rasmus Hojlund, so let's wait and see what we can get for him. Moving on to Mbuemo. Michael Silvestre on Brian Mbuemo. He's been growing and growing as a player and has become one of the main players in the Premier League. It was a very cool start for him, ready to battle, to make a difference, very strong and ready to really sweat for the badge. So yeah, Mbuemo getting a lot of praise there. How you doing, man? Admin, how you doing? This stream is going to be fairly dead-eye because we're doing it pretty late, but good to see you, man. But moving on to the Glazers. So the Glazers, a story's come out today on them and the potential of selling Manchester United. Bakul, love the consistency, admin. Thank you, Bakul. Thank you for the support, man. And it's good to see you. Good to see you again. Hope you're doing well. Also, check out the Angels Instagram chat tonight because there will be a cheeky, cool little graphic for the Angels with our Premier League competition that we're doing. But yeah, back onto the Glazers. So on August 13th, a clause was activated that means that if the Glazers want to sell Manchester United, then Sir Jim Ratcliffe and Ineos now cannot stop them. However, the Qatari camps say they have zero interest in this and have moved on to other projects. So basically, I don't know if that means that the Glazers can just sell. I'd imagine that it means that they can just sell their portion of United. So what that would mean is that if the Glazers wanted to sell the majority ownership of Manchester United, they could do, and it would kind of leave Ineos in a bit of a interesting predicament because they've obviously got the agreement from the Glazers that they can run the football operation side of things. So if the Glazers were to sell the majority ownership and then the new majority owners wanted to control the footballing operations, I wonder how that would work. But yeah, the Qatari camp that obviously was interested in Manchester United is no longer interested. Don't blame them. By the way, you are top red. Thank you, Bakul. Appreciate that, man. I mean, whatever top red means, because I mean, people are genuinely insane when they go on about like, oh, this person's a top red because they live in Manchester and they go to every game, but then a fan who's just as interested in another part of the globe can't be a top red. Absolute BS. But I appreciate the sentiment anyway, but cool. Doesn't matter. As you stream every day, the algorithm will suggest to more people. Thank you very much. I'm hoping the YouTube overlords will bless me one day. I'm hoping it will eventually come my way. But I mean, are a Mancunian? I mean, by the way, are you a top red? I am not. I am not a Mancunian. Because I am from England, but definitely not a Mancunian, I'm afraid. Okay, moving on though to Stephen Torpey. So, Stephen Torpey is the new London. Nah, not London. But I can't give away my secret location. I'm from the town of Old Truthford. That is where I'm from. Check out these glow sticks. Now, Jason Wilcox on the appointment of Stephen Torpey, who is the new director of our academy, I believe. This is what Jason Wilcox had to say. After an extensive recruitment process, we are delighted to have appointed Stephen at such an exciting time for our academy. Stephen's record of youth development is outstanding. Throughout his career, he has played a significant role in the development of some of the most talented players in the country. We will work closely together to ensure that the academy continues to foster the right environment to nurture our young players individually while developing the best talent ready to excel in our first team. So yeah, a lot of hype around Stephen Torpey. He has developed a number of players, including, I believe, Phil Foden, Cole Palmer, Liam Delap. So yeah, he's been involved in a lot of big current players' careers. So let's see what he can do with the United Academy. I see an ad every time I click on your video or stream, so it ain't that bad after all, I assume. I mean, I rake in a few pennies, I'll say that, Pickle, and I'm not exaggerating, it is probably around 3p a stream. But every little helps. Everything it goes into the kitty for the Old Truthford, I don't know, the Old Truthfordian bank, let's say. I mean, that blip in the background wasn't cheap, guys. I mean, that costs at least 2 billion truth coin to have that circling the building of Old Truthford Incorporated every single night. But you got to do what you got to do. You got to do what you got to do. Gary Neville. So Gary Neville came out today when Ian Wright said to Gary Neville that he was underpaid at United. Gary Neville, showing the true boyhood fan that he was of Manchester United and loyal member from the academy all the way up to the first team, this is what Gary Neville had to say about being underpaid. He said, "To be fair, Righty, I didn't negotiate my contracts. I just signed them. I wasn't bothered. Whatever they offered me, apart from one, I just said, fine, no problem." I mean, that is a proper United player through and through. So shout out to Gary Neville. I mean, he gets a lot of stick online. I think it became quite popular to hate on Gary Neville, but yeah, fair play to Gary Neville for that. But cool, good night, chat. I have a train tomorrow morning and it's 2:18 already. God damn, get some sleep, but cool. But yeah, thanks for tuning in, man. Tottenham fans crashing out on Eze like he played for them already, lol. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I'd be absolutely pissed if I was a Tottenham fan, because from the sounds of it, I think Indy Kayla reported. Let's see the exact tweet so I can quote it correctly. But they were very close. They were very, very close with Eze. Hello, admin Nav. How you doing, man? Hope all's well. A bit of a late one tonight. Let's see what Indy Kayla said, though. Oh, where is it? He literally came out with a tweet where he was like, oh yeah, this is it. So Spurs are furious how they've been treated in the Eze saga. The full agreement was made with the player the big video announcement was planned. So Spurs literally planned a big video announcement for Eze as well. And the players were excited with the arrival of Eze. So the Tottenham squad were even like buzzing that Eze was going to join the squad. And then all it took was Arsenal to flutter their eyelashes, and Tottenham are in the mud yet again. I missed the stream the Arsenal because I was on holiday. I thought we played really good. We did, mate. We did. We played really well against Arsenal. I mean, that's why I think a lot of people walked away from that game thinking Arsenal got the win, but their fan base weren't too confident with the result and the performance, whereas we walked away with quite positive energy because that performance, I mean, we beat them on the XG. We beat them in possession, I think, for the first time of like a top Big Six team in a long while. And yeah, I think the new signings showed that they were sharp as well. Got a little glance at what Šeško is going to bring to the side. So yeah, lots of positives against Arsenal. I can't stream the game against Fulham this weekend because it's annoying because they changed the schedule of the match. So like the match was originally going to take place on a Saturday, but now it's taking place on a Sunday, and I've had birthday plans made for me, so I can't realistically say to people, nah, I can't go to these plans that you've made. So yeah, it's quite annoying that I'm going to miss a game because I did want to be like really, really consistent this season. But you got to do what you got to do, people. You got to take care of your loved ones. Now, admin, I told you in pre-season that De Ligt will be our best centre-back this year. Let's see with De Ligt. I mean, I don't want to get too hyped because I know his injury record isn't the best. I'm waiting to see if he actually stays fit throughout the season. But he did perform really well. He did. You who I want, who I want to own United? Not the Qataris. I want David Beckham. Now the club's culture, most importantly, the problem. And it is realistic if you ask me. Is it realistic? What's David Beckham's net worth? Yeah, I think he's only got a net worth of like 450 mil. I mean, that's a drop in the ocean compared to, let's look at Sir Jim's net worth. 17.2 billion. So, yeah, I'm not going to lie, I doubt Beckham is gonna be buying Manchester United anytime soon. I mean, do you know what's crazy about David Beckham, though? I mean, Ronaldo's net worth is apparently $800 million. And Beckham's is 450 mil. So the fact that Beckham has been able to earn almost as much as Cristiano Ronaldo, one of the greatest arguably the greatest of all time of sport, commercially, on the pitch. It's crazy that David Beckham's been able to earn almost as much as him during his career. Very impressive. I swear I saw that Šeško created like 2-3 chances in 20 minutes. He did. They weren't clear-cut chances. I'd say that they'd fall under the bracket of creating chances, but yeah, I wouldn't say that they were like clear-cut chances. I think it was just more that he was very active in Arsenal's box, and a few passes that he made kind of got through to certain players. If he controls the sporting side, he will get us back, trust me. David Beckham on the sporting side. I don't know, man. That's a very rogue take, Mr. I. That's a very rogue take indeed. But let's carry on here. So Anthony, we've got a little update here on Anthony. So Manuel Pellegrini, Betis coach, has spoken on Anthony, saying, "I've not spoken with Anthony. We all know that he was very good here. We want him with us. And Anthony wants to return, no doubt. But we also need Manchester United to make a decision." I mean, United's decision is going to be pretty clear if they just keep offering a bloody loan deal instead of just paying the 30 mil, which is very cheap for Anthony. I mean, like 30 mil. Surely they've got the funds to sign a player for 30 mil. But yeah, that's for Delio, Betis. So better get that checkbook out. Moving on to Ruben Amorim, though. So Ruben Amorim and Wonder Kid, GAbriel, or GAbriel, have been seen photographed together. GAbriel, I believe he's only like 15 years old. So, but he is a Wonder Kid. So let's see his age. He might be 14, you know? I think he's turning 15 this year in October from what I can see. So he might be 14 years old. But Amorim has took a liking to him. And the story is that GAbriel has been told he will train with Ruben Amorim's first team squad at times this season. It's giving very Martin Odegaard vibes when he signed for Real Madrid. That's what I'm comparing this GAbriel to. I don't know what position he plays. I think that's interesting. It says on Transfermarkt that he's a centre forward, but I'm pretty sure he's a winger. So I mean, maybe if we can develop him into one of the 10s, I mean, who knows? GAbriel training with the first team squad a few times this season. Watch this space in a couple of years' time for him. But yeah, moving on to Harry Maguire and Jadon Sancho, and then we'll call it a night, folks. So Harry Maguire did come out saying that obviously his United contract is expiring next summer. Maguire did come out and say, I'm sure over the next few months we'll have a conversation about where we want to go and if we want to extend. I have something in my mind about what I want to do, and I don't want to put it out there publicly, but it's an amazing club to play for, and you'd be silly if you wanted to jump out of it as soon as you could. I think there were a couple of clubs who inquired or spoke with them, and I think they got a quick response. So what Maguire's saying there is, because he went on to further say, I am almost certain that the club made it clear this summer that I could not leave under any circumstances. Several clubs inquired, and I think they were quickly told. So, yeah, they were quickly told that he's not for sale. So, yeah, I think Harry Maguire is pretty confident in his future at Manchester United. And based on what he's saying there, I do not see him leaving Manchester United anytime soon. And when he says that he's got something in mind for his future, I think that's going to be him dedicating the rest of his career to Manchester United, if I had to bet on it. And moving on to Sancho. So Bayern Munich are now considering signing Jadon Sancho on loan, apparently. So could Jadon Sancho get a move to bloody Bayern Munich on loan? I don't know how these clubs keep coming in for him and deciding why they want to do that when he hasn't provided anything to anyone for such a long time. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see. Okay, so Fabrizio Romano has just come out recently saying the Garnacho deal to Chelsea is happening. I mean, we've known this for years. I don't know why. Like, how was that news? But yeah, Indy Kayla has as well. Indy Kayla has just come out 9 minutes ago saying, Manchester United fans, we have update at 11:30 p.m. We know it's late, out of our control. Stay awake. So yeah, apparently we are going to be getting a big update around 11:30 p.m. tonight. I wonder if it's going to be for midfielder. I hope it is, because if it's about Garnacho, no one cares. No one cares. But that is all of the news for tonight, lads. Appreciate it was a late one, so I appreciate you guys who tuned in. And yeah, hope you all have a delightful evening. We will be going live tomorrow as well, and hopefully getting a cheeky preview video out for the Fulham game. But for now, folks, hope you all have a delightful evening, and Godspeed.